Glad to have you back on iBrandTV, and now it's time to bring you up to speed on how Nigerians are reacting in the world of social media. And joining us while here, we have Mercy Manuel in the studio with us. Mercy, good morning.
Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning.
Good morning, Samson. I'm very fine.
It's a Friday, so I can see you're in the Friday mood. Right?
Yes.
Okay, now, so what's happening on... So a lot of things have been happening on social media, and people have reactions to what's happening on social media. But before we take all of those reactions, are you ready to take reactions?
Yeah,
I'm so please tell us what's happening.
Actually, a lot of things are trending on social media. Talk of insecurity. In fact, bad news everywhere. But let's just start. Good morning. My name is Mercy Manuel, and this is Social Media Buzz. Many fell dead as aircraft jet mistakenly bombed a village in Katsina. Tragedy struck on Wednesday as fighter jet operated by the Nigeria Airforce bombed Kukuna village in Samfana local government area of Katsina, killing a yet to be ascertained number of villagers. Though details of the incident are still sketchy, it was learned that the pilot of the military jet accidentally hit the wrong coordinates while targeting a camp belonging to the bandits. Now, take some reactions on social media. At Ada said, by the time northern part of Nigeria will come out of this terrorism, a lot will have been damaged. I wept when I read the news this morning. How Air Force mistakenly shelled a village in Katsina. The damage, the tears, and sorrow. Then at Williams says, Omo, not people don't see shege for this government. Then at Spotlight Abbey said, how does a Nigeria Air Force jet accidentally or mistakenly bomb a village in Katsina? Many fell dead. This incompetence is everywhere. Samson and Margaret. So can we call this, or should we call this incompetence? Because at this period, at this time, Nigerians are passing through a lot. Aside insecurity, we talk of inflation, talk of unemployment.
Yes.
So should we call this incompetence?
Yeah, okay.
It's not incompetence, really. I mean, the United States just acknowledged that, you know, they also had an issue like this where they mistook, a particular region within Afghanistan, and there were, civilians were killed and all. That was barely a month ago when the United States acknowledged that. And this is the United States of America that you would say has probably one of the best Air Force, in the world. So these things happen, but when you look at the Nigerian Air Force, you can probably understand that it's probably becoming, a norm at this point in time. This isn't the first time. Over the last 2-3 years, we've had incidents of, there was collateral damage, or there was a place that was bombed that shouldn't have been, there was a mistake in the coordinates and all of that. These things happen. Again, it boils down to how we, share our intels or coordinates to the pilots of the fighter jets in trying to provide aerial support for the ground troops to advance. All of these things, as I said, the United States just acknowledged that they made a mistake as well in Afghanistan in that regard, that killed civilians. The truth is, the best of Air Force in the world sometimes make these mistakes, but it should be far, it should be very rare. It shouldn't be a recurring, motif. But for the Nigerian Air Force, over the last 3 years, they've had so much to deal with in terms of mistaking, targets, or having crashes from their choppers and what have you. One of them killed, the chief of army staff, that's Lieutenant General Ataire, rather. So we have all of these issues. Do not forget Titilokwe's death, Ariloye, rather. So the Nigerian Air Force needs to look inwards.
I think that's where I should come in now. If you say that the US has agreed that they made a mistake,
yes, they acknowledge that.
How long have we? How many times do we hear?
That's why I said it should be rare. It shouldn't be a recurring thing.
It shouldn't be recurring. That means it's incompetent for you to have these issues over the past years. We've had a lot of stories that there's hardly a year that passed I would not had something like this happen. So if it has happened the first year, second, you should sit back and ask yourself, what's happening? Why are we having this collateral damage? People are dying. People's houses, their families are being destroyed. So it's on their part. Sorry, I'm coming on the part of the Nigerian Air Force for them not to have this. This is supposed to be a security network, security personnel. So if you keep having collateral damage, that simply shows incompetence.
Wrong intel shared, probably.
So according to reports, they were trying to bomb a bandit camp in that local government in Katsina. So I want to, if in that situation, you want to bomb a bandit camp and you know their citizens, their residents around that area, Why can't you just, if it's slightly passing information to these people, if you can just move out of these people? I know, again, they don't want the bandits to know they are around. But I think they should have a way of...
They should have better ways of handling these than to kill people.
You know, it's quite unfortunate that when these things happen, sometimes you have collateral damage where civilians are killed. You know, oftentimes... these terrorists also try to make use of you know, civilians as human shields.
Yes.
So what they do is, rather than stay in their forest where they know, oh, this is a hideout, sometimes they try to mingle and mix with the people of those rural areas where they can also take shield. So in that instance, it's difficult for the Air Force to just, you know, bomb the place, because there will be collateral damage, and you have to also calculate, is it a risk worth taking? Oftentimes, what you would expect is the ground troops should advance and, you know, take them out without aerial support. But there are times in, you know, the battlefront wherein the ground troops can advance for whatever reason, probably landmines and all of that, where they need the aerial support, you know, to, you know, provide airstrikes so that they can advance. Again, all of these things, it's a tactical thing. It calls for strategy. There's the place of wrong intel, wrong coordinates being shared, and all of that. It's a whole lot.
Nigeria should gain mastery of this thing.
And again, it should get their strategies right.
It's a whole lot. I hope that they get better. Again, I'm not, you know, taking them out of the table when it comes to, you know, sharing the bulk of the blame, but as I said, even the best of Air Forces also have these things, but it shouldn't be a recurring motif.
So let's just go to the second story. This is on Kuje prison in Abuja. Islamic State's West African province, ISWAP, has released footage of the hit on the medium security custodial center, Kuje, Abuja. Scores of terrorists invaded the prison at about 10 p.m. Tuesday night, operating for more than 2 hours. The attackers stormed the government establishments with bombs and assault weapons. In the footage, the insurgents could be heard rejoicing after breaching the facility. Some vehicles are seen on fire. The Nigeria Correctional Service confirmed that about 879 inmates escaped, while 443 had been recaptured. I don't know if you saw the video last night. It was released last night.
That's 2 nights ago, you mean?
No, the attack was 2 nights ago, but ISWAP released this video last night.
Yes.
Last night. It was released last night. Then, if you, I don't know, did you see the video?
I saw the video. The attack was on Tuesday night. The video was released on Wednesday night. Today it's Friday, and let's not forget.
Yeah, I'm getting
it wrong. I saw the video, right?
All right, so to me as in Nigeria, when I saw the video, I was scared. Like, what's infantry, what audacity? You enter the government establishment, attack
a major prison attack.
A major one. It was a prison break actually. Then this brings to question the condition of our correctional center.
Yeah,
because the first time they tried to break in through the fence, the second time they succeeded. So what do you think about this?
That means we don't even have prisons to start with. Prisons should, for such a prison where you have hardened criminals, Boko Haram suspects there, it should be, you know, safeguarded. There should be, for crying out loud, prisons used to have towers that send signals. I don't know where those towers, I don't know the duties of those towers now. I don't know if it's even working or whatever signal they're sending. People should have, someone showed me the picture. I'm like, even me, he said he could even jump the fence.
Yeah.
So hardened criminals, what were you expecting? So for you to have be able to do a prison break once, and the second time you went through, that means, of course, and also it brings to question the information the insiders are giving. Because trust me, without an insider's information, there's no way they will know the exact place people coming from outside. You can't go to a prison, rather you can't come to my house and know where I keep my money. Someone in my house has to tell you where exactly these things are kept.
Although at this point, more information are still unveiling. Because we got reports of most of the security men on the, like they were reshuffled like a night before the attack. Something, let's get your opinion.
It's terrible. It's a statement, and it shouldn't come as a surprise again. How many correctional centers have been attacked over the last 2 years? How many police stations have been attacked over the last 2 years as well? Again, shouldn't even come as a surprise. Remember, you had over 200 terrorists storm the Katsina airport, you know, to perpetrate that heinous act. That was a bold statement. The reports have it that about 300 or over 300 attacks the president's, you know, advanced team. Again, that's a bold, you know, statement. So it shows you that these terrorists are just trying to really, you know, show put up a show of force. And it's quite unfortunate that this time around it's the maximum security prison that it was the target. I hope that we get a grip on it because, as I said, you had the president's advance team attacked on Monday. The president's advance team's itinerary is never released. So it shows you that sabotage inwards.
Yes.
What you can have is, the president is making a 2-day visit on Thursday, Friday in Lagos State. But you do not know when the advance team would, move. Maybe a day before, 2 days before, 3 days before. That's never released. So the fact that you now have over 300 attacking that, advance team shows you that there's sabotage even within the president's, security structure. So I really hope that we get things right. This is really shocking because those who have escaped that have not been recaptured are now a threat to the society.
Exactly.
And we have so much to deal with as a nation now in terms of insecurity.
Please let me just take some reactions from Nigeria. At Tank Gel said, this is terrifying. I'm praying for Nigeria. Are you praying for Nigeria?
We are.
Then at Adewale said, Nigeria as a country needs refresh. The truth is we need to press that refresh button. Maybe we should start.
Refresh or reset button? Anyone?
Let's just do anyone that will take us through all of this drama.
Then at Steve Ogrima said, just to state how bad this prison attack is. Kuje prison is less than 25 kilometers to Abuja Airport.
Imagine.
And less than 48 kilometers to Aso Rock. That's the president's residence. Less than 27 kilometers to University of Abuja.
I mean, even the seat of power is even under threat. If Abuja can be like this, then I don't know people who are living in communities or cities where
like
they don't have so much security, or this is
it's terrifying.
It's terrifying, really.
I think that's the word, terrifying. Terrific.
Let's go to the next story. At rest, Kate Endra coping after an experience at the markets. Something have you been to the market?
I don't even want to say anything because I was at the market the previous weekend, Friday, Saturday, and it wasn't a good experience at all. So let's just
read that tweet. She said, a tuber of yam, 3,000 naira. I priced 1,500 and the seller walked away. Now old yam ended up paying 2,000 naira. 2K where I think say I go use buy yam and potatoes. How people they manage? In fact, I was talking to someone over the weekend. I was like, how are people managing? Because for someone who is earning 60,000, 40,000, 30,000, how are they managing? Some are just on their own, like you still send money home.
Money home, exactly.
They're still taking care of their younger ones. So how are people coping?
The truth is that you can't even, as a single person who lives alone, you can't even spend 40,000 naira on having to stock up your fridge for a month and still have it to last for a month. The previous month, I spent about 45,000 naira. It didn't last for a month. Now, outside all of the things I have to do as a lady, you go to the market, 3,000 naira, and funny enough, the tuber of yam you find for 3,000 naira is something that I'll buy for 500 or 400 naira.
Yes.
The bread, the big size of bread now is about
850.
And this in back then in university, we used to buy that loaf of bread for 300, 250.
And it's not just bread, it's not just yam, it's everything.
Everything.
We're not talking about the tomatoes, a bucket of tomatoes. The woman was telling me 8,000 naira. I was wondering, what am I using 8,000 naira tomatoes to do? And all of those things, not talking about the transport fare to even transport this goods to and fro. And you're earning, even if you're earning 200,000 naira, I don't even think. Now, people are married and they even have kids and they're earning 200,000.
Not just one, they have kids children. They'll still pay school fees, feeding, and children don't even understand.
See, they eat every 2 minutes. I don't know how many minutes your child eats, but
the thing is, Nigerians are not even asking for a luxurious lifestyle. They're just asking for a basic lifestyle, something decent. So it just shows you the mess we are in terms of unemployment rates, in terms of the economy, inflation. It's really messed up, and the cost of goods and commodities are ridiculously high. And if the average man can't eat, he may just have to resort to crime. And that means that we'll now have a spike in crime rate. So everything revolves around the economy. We hope that we get it right, that good economic policies in place that would reduce the inflation, bring about more jobs, so that Nigerians can at least live a basic and decent lifestyle.
Let me take some reactions. At Odili said, honestly, so frustrating how the price of foodstuff have risen so much. May God save us.
Yes.
Then at Precious says, now rich people, they chop yam and plantain this season. Then at V said, now imagine how poor people feed and minimum wage isn't even good on this country. Then Mav Wing says, also pray that the expensive yam doesn't turn to chocolate when you cut it.
Exactly.
I have this experience. I bought a tuber of yam for 2,000. When I got home, I sliced it into two. Like half of the yam was bad. On a normal, I'm not supposed to even touch the rest. But again, when I thought of the 2K, oh God, I started slicing.
Like we said, the last commenter said, we just hope that all of those things would end very soon, because I don't know how, you know, you can be able to, people who have even had to cut down the expensive have had to cut down to the barest minimum. No matter how buying sardines for 500, really, because you have to eat at some point. You just have to eat. You don't have to even, and we still go to work, and then the salaries are not even increasing to start with. They are still the same. God help Nigeria. I think
just like something said, Nigerians are not asking for too much. We
just the basic. Just the basic.
Well, I think that's the basic thing we could say for you today. We just hope that someday all of those things would go away, and everybody will be fine. And that's even the quote for today is even relating to that. It's from David Brinkley, and it says, "A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him." Now, relating it to the state of economy in Nigeria, a lot of things have been thrown at us. But Nigerians, we know we are resilient, our tenacity. But I don't know how tenacious, even though an elastic band, it will stretch and stretch. At some point, it will
there's
break.
always a breaking point.
We hope we don't get to that point, but then it's important that we just find a survival mechanism anyhow, anywhere.
Ask God for grace to carry on.
I think that's the
and pray for a better Nigeria.
That's it. And work towards a better Nigeria.
We are all working. I don't know other people are working, but we're trying our best.
Hopefully 2023, brings us the positive.
Get your PVC
and vote.
And vote, exactly.
Wisely. All right, that's it for today's edition of iBrand Daybreak. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Friday, and trust me, tomorrow is Saturday, Sunday, back here on Monday. Yeah, I don't have any plans because there's no money in Nigeria, so don't ask me my plans, Samson. But then, thank you so much to the crew. Thank you. We appreciate you to you, our esteemed viewer. Without you, there's no iBrand Daybreak. They were to join us same time, same station, Monday morning. I am Margaret Oba. Do have an amazing weekend.
And I'm Mercy Emmanuel.
Do have a great weekend. I'm Samson Olede.